Hi guys, this is Kira here, and I'm going to be talking about my content path choice. I'm going to start off with it's gay marriage, and I don't want anybody to feel offended by any of my opinions. This is America, and we are all free to have opinions, and I respect anybody for having an opinion. We're not going to meet people everywhere and everyone where we agree on everything, on every topic, opinion, and subject. We all have to respect that we are all going to be different in where we stand on things. That being said, I hope people will respect my opinion as much as I will be respecting theirs. I'm very passionate about gay rights, mostly because my sister is gay and I am Roman Catholic, and I also am very into natural sciences. My sister is a saint. She is the one person that I will always strive to be like more than anybody else. She puts other people first. She's always reevaluating herself, trying to figure out where she can improve, how she can be kinder, more selfless, more forgiving and kind and charitable, respectable. And I just can't imagine somebody like that burning in hell. Somebody who's always trying to be good, better. And a lot of my issues with being Roman Catholic, I shouldn't say my issues with it, I struggle with a lot of the teachings that the Roman Catholic Church preaches. Although I think they've, in the past few years, or in my lifetime I should say, really learned a lot about tolerance, and the Catholic Church is always growing. I mean, back in the day, they stoned people. They don't do that anymore, clearly. In natural sciences, I really think that this is important to um, defending my opinions and rebuttaling to people's opinions that say that that's not what human bodies are made for. That's not what our anatomies are made for. I agree that it is not the way that human anatomy is made to reproduce, but I think it's the way that human anatomy was made to form a relationship and a connection with someone of the same species. It's been observed in many, many different species of animals where gay relationships happen. It's just fact. And that being said, let's move on to what is truly prominent right now, which is gay marriage. It has just been recognized by the federal government that all states must recognize gay marriage. And love is not gender-based. That being said, it makes a lot of sense, especially being Roman Catholic. God is not a certain gender. He has no gender, and his love for all of his creations and his children is agape love. Agape love is unconditional, full love. There's no way it could ever be broken. And that is the kind of love that marriage should be based off of. Moving on, Stonewall is a brand new movie that just came out. It's receiving a lot of criticism just simply because they took an event that happened in 1969 at Stonewall Inn in New York City. It was a riot for gay rights, and the writers Emmerich and John Robin Bates both took the structure and the basic outline of what happened and filled it with a very Hollywood story. It's pretty apparent in this picture that what being gay means is totally misrepresented. Do you see a single girl in there? Do you see anybody that's not a young male? They just look like really rebellious young boys. It just doesn't make anywhere near an accurate representation of what it means to be gay. Gay doesn't have a look. Gay doesn't have an age. Gay does not put you in this category of what you're seeing. And Miss Marjorie Griffin Gracie, a transgender activist who was involved in these actual original Stonewall protests, said, "I'm sorry, the boy's not Tarzan. He didn't run into the jungle and rescue us from the lion's den. So why even do this? Why not just tell it like it was or leave it alone? You want to call it whitewashing? That's fine. I call it lying." And I see where she's coming from. It really does not do justice to what these people were trying to achieve. It is very Hollywood. And that's a real big issue in today's society, is just people who have been educated wrong on what it is to be gay. And I know that I was growing up, and fortunately I was further educated to understand what it means to be gay. A lot of people see it as literally this, because that is what social media and what society has portrayed it as. It's not true. Gay doesn't have a look. And another big thing that's happened is Pope Francis I just addressed Congress, and he said, "I cannot hide my concern for the family, which is threatened, perhaps as never before, from within and without. Fundamental relationships are being called into question, as is the very basis of marriage and the family. I can only reiterate the importance and above all the richness of the beauty of family life." The Pope believes that marriage should be between a man and a woman, although he really censors what he says so he doesn't offend people, and he's just a really progressive, I believe, Pope. In 2013, he was asked by these gay activists on his opinion about being gay, and he said, "If someone is gay and he searches for the Lord and has goodwill, who am I to judge?" And I think that says a lot in the fact that he recognizes is what he says is not, is just an opinion, and he is not God. He does not get to judge, which is really, really progressive for the Roman Catholic Church. And in Ireland, another really progressive thing that's happened within Christianity, Ireland in May became the first country to recognize gay marriage. That's pretty big. Tangent. Growing up, I was taught that being gay was horribly wrong. I even thought it was horribly wrong. I'm like, that's gross. I thought it was gross. I thought it was so sinful and so wrong, and how could somebody do that? How could you choose to be gay? Well, you don't choose. That's just it. And a really big turning point in my thoughts about gay rights was when one of my very passionate teachers said, "If we as mankind allow for gays to marry, it is the first step down a slippery slope to allowing pedophiles to marry children and people marrying pets." Love is between, marriage is agape love. It is between two consenting beings who have the ability to consent. Children can't, pets can't. They can't reciprocate that love, and true love is something that goes both ways. And that doesn't go both ways. Yeah, can a child love an adult? Yes. Can a pet probably love a human? Yes. But that's not the kind of love that goes into marriage. There's 3 kinds of love within that the Roman Catholic Church acknowledges, and the only love that is seen as the truest is agape. You can love a pet, and that's one of the loves. You can love a family member, and that's another love. And then you can have God's love, which is just so full. And I think that she has very little faith in humanity if she truly believes that. But I think that this is awesome what Pope Francis is doing, because I can't imagine anybody following someone who thinks that and preaches that gay people are leading mankind down the path to allowing pedophiles to legally molest children. Continuing on, around the world, this is not a map based on today's date, but it is very recent. It represents truly what is going on over in this region, which is South Africa and the Middle East, where gay is illegal and punishable by death in 38 countries. And Eric Limbembe is a very prominent, outspoken LGBT rights activist who is openly gay. And he was found in his home, tortured to death, his neck and feet broken, and his body burned with an iron. I can't I don't understand why anybody thinks that killing these people is okay, because they're not hurting anyone and all you're doing is murdering. Last week or so, the president of Zimbabwe said that they would never accept homosexuality and that gay people were worse than pigs, goats, and birds. In Uganda, they're trying to pass a similar bill that seeks punishment of homosexual relationships by death. People found guilty of being gay will now face life imprisonment. People who don't report it, if they suspect a person of being gay, will also be punished. Like, that just doesn't really make sense. And it's so awful that humans can treat humans like that, when the love that they share is the same love that they share for their partners. And that being said, that is I guess that's all I have to say. Here are some links to some of the sources I used, and once again, I hope nobody takes offense. I really respect everybody's opinions, and I hope that you'll respect mine. And I guess we'll talk soon, because I really actually enjoy these screencasts.